Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horse.
No.
Now I see you doing that. Now I want one.
What? This is just a battery.
No, I'm saying not that. Okay, whoa. First off, holy shit. Holy shit. Why do freaking... It's not fat. I didn't want your snack. I was talking about the mic thing. Fucking asshole.
So that's crazy.
Oh, was that a crinkle? What? Oh, I want one of those. I don't even know what it is. I'm so fucking fat. I'll eat anything. Fuck you.
Okay.
That is the worst part about being fat. Is like you're always perceiving other people as perceiving you being fat.
No, but it's just so many. That's what I'm saying. It's like all those one-off, like, you know how it's like.
I literally had nothing to do with you being fat.
Like, no, I want you to defend. I wanted you to defend your actions. Right now,
I thought you thought it was a piece of gum or something. I was just
That's
like doing
what I'm
this.
saying.
I was like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, listener, what is this?
It does sound like a chocolate bar.
Okay, no, that's because okay.
No, yeah, but it is like it's all those like little small like one-offs where it's like micro, like it's like how there's like microaggressions or whatever. It's kind of like that, but it's like so subconscious and people don't realize what they're saying. Like even at Skankfest, there was a girl who was just like, "Oh, you're so funny, da da da," and you remind me of this other girl who's fat. I was just like, and she's like, "But I'm skinny," and I was just like, "Are you on coke?" Like, I will give you an absolute pass right now.
There's no way that the person you were talking to wasn't on drugs.
Yeah.
But I think it's I don't. Maybe it's me being like vain and in my own fucking world. But I just like you guys talk about yourselves being fat all the time to me. And it just,
It's not all the time. Don't do this.
But
It is
for you.
I do.
For you.
You're getting lumped in, and for me, I don't. It doesn't ever come up in my brain. I don't go like, well, Kandace, she'll be really good at fat jokes. like I don't like. You guys talk about it way more than anybody or my brain thinks about it.
Well, the thing is, like, I
Jimmy,
never
do you
really
think about me being fat?
I wouldn't even call you fat.
See?
Yeah, you're not even fat.
crazy.
You're
Okay.
like
He's actually, I feel like
you're
he's like
a farm boy.
He's like a half black person being like, oh, I'm black.
Yeah.
This isn't a race podcast. This is not
You
a
don't
race
get to take
podcast.
this is stolen.
I
It's
feel like
stolen
it's a gay
valid.
thing because if you were straight,
Oh, yeah.
no one
No, I
would
think
ever
the real
call you
problem
fat.
is that I used to be over 400 pounds. So,
Body
yes.
dysmorphia.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. But
No, yeah.
But you were going on to something really
No, I was
beautiful.
just gonna say I don't even remember now because you guys all like to talk.
But do you do the?
Oh, wait. So when you fuck somebody now, do you go, I guess they really like to fuck a fatty?
Well, what I do like to tell people that I
Ooh,
like
a chubby
fat.
chaser.
Something I do like. You like is fat. You like fat pigs like me. Okay, I bring out the trough. I like put out a bunch of food. I'm like, you want me to eat while you're fucking me? No,
I know you're a
I
doctor
don't
and
do
you
that.
like it healthy, but I'm a fat fuck.
Maybe that's what he's into. It's like he's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna. He like knows all of your ailments too. He won't even tell you.
It literally when he was like, oh, I'm a doctor. I was like, what are you doing, fucking me?
But, like,
I was like, shouldn't you have some more self-respect?
First off,
He was a
how-
pediatric.
How about how funny would it have been if he's like, I'm a doctor, but he just like has his PhD and like,
Oh my God.
I'm a doctor.
I had teachers in that. I was like, I'm not going to call you doctor. I'm not going to call you doctor.
I respect it, but I just think it's funny if it were like in this context. Like I would, if someone's like, you went for your doctorate, it is really hard, and I'll give you it. You can be. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's granted,
Physician.
it's hard, but washing dishes is hard.
No, honey, that's pretty easy. If you do it enough, you'll do it.
It's like he rinses a coffee mug and he goes, "Oh, all in a long day's work."
He's never done it. Yeah. Oh
It's
my
just
god.
hard because you have to mentally prepare yourself to sit there so long and just be there. It's just so hard.
Oh my
That is-
dude, you are such
that
a
is-
psycho.
The number
Honestly-
of day-to-day actions that he is like, "Ugh, the life of a. I wish I hadn't blown through my trust."
You have no idea how much I wish I didn't blow through my chest.
How much was in that?
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much, but it was.
Say
if,
it.
I'll say.
Say
if,
how much it
I'll
was.
say if I had invested it wisely, it would still be around.
How much was it when you got it?
It was only 25.
25,000?
Yeah.
That literally nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Chunk change.
I thought it was gonna be. I blew through. Full disclosure, I blew through 20 something grand in a year, easy.
Oh,
Okay,
hell
great.
yeah.
And I just feel like an idiot for it. I'm sad about it.
But I got improv class out. But I had an opportunity
That's
to
worse.
invest in Bitcoin like in 2012. And so it's just like the amount of money that I would have.
Yeah, but that's also if you hadn't, like, if you would have had to have pulled it out like last year to make it, because you would have lost it all anyway.
No, it's still at 20.
What?
Still at $20,000.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it was at 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, so if I had made 1 million and then last year it would be 60, I'd still have 1 million.
I don't know how any of this works. Who
I
cares?
understand. I'm like, I don't even know what Bitcoin
It's multiples.
is.
If it's at 1 and then it sells for 3, that's times 3. So
I don't
if
wanna
I
do
invested
this.
$20,000
I'm more
in it,
interested in
that's
story.
$60,000.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Thank you so much.
This is why you're never allowed in the regular classes, Dylan.
Wait, what?
He's like, I'm gonna go hang out with the girls in the cemetery.
That was off-pod conversation. Okay, yes, I was in sped class. I'll address it. Yeah, and I used to smoke weed. Who cares?
Because they would probably be teaching you like,
Hey,
hey
this
guys,
is-
in class we're gonna teach
Colton,
karate.
you're dead.
Hold on.
Literally?
And then Dylan's like, who even cares about this? We're like, you're going to sped, Dylan.
No, I think it's funny that it's like, this is so fucked up, but like Dylan, he was like really fat, but he was in a class called SPED.
Amazing. I was gonna say, I could see your parents.
It doesn't work.
Amazing.
I'm still like riding high off Jimmy saying I'm not that fat.
No, yeah, you should, because that's the
I
thing.
didn't say that fat. I said you're not fat.
Yeah, you wouldn't be
That's
considered.
sweet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like you look like you're husky, but like not in a bad
Well,
way.
husky's a traumatic word.
Okay, well that's because they used to be like the men's wear like husky was
I
like
know.
the
I
fatty
want to be.
section.
I have to stop talking about this, but I want to be real thin.
You want to be? Yeah, I just
My
think.
goal is to be 150 pounds.
See, like that's not it at all.
It's not
That's
it.
a bad move.
It's
Yeah,
a
bad move.
really bad move.
Jimmy,
You're
how
gonna
much do
look
you
gaunt.
weigh?
I weigh $190.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
See? That's what I'm saying. You should weigh 190.
Okay, I'll do 190.
And you'll still be too skinny.
Yeah.
He's 6'5". He needs to be at least 210.
If you were 150 at 6'5", you would look like Hosier. Like, that's not a good look.
Hosier, like the music.
The singer, yeah.
I love his music though, so maybe it's doing something.
Is that
Yeah, but he
the-
looks like he's on heroin.
Yeah, but that's kind of hot.
That's kind of a hot look.
Yeah.
People
Is
are that.
Is that the Take Me to Church guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take me to church.
I was so mad that I was listening to a Christian song. I was like,
That's not a Christian song.
I know, but have you ever been like going through the radio and it's like, oh wait, this one's good, and then it's like just like, and then I'll lift up my hands and I'll pray, and you're like, you got me again, Christians.
Every
Did
single
you hear
time.
Ari Shaffir outed the Killers as a Christian rock band?
What?
Yeah, the Killers are a Christian rock band. If you read the lyrics,
Yeah.
it's like very, Mr. Brightside or all of them. They're Christian
Don't
rock
do
songs.
this.
I can't comment on that, but I can comment on that they came into the restaurant that I worked in and they didn't tip. So
Ew.
I can go ahead and say
Okay,
that.
see, I was willing to not canceling them for
No,
that
and they
because
did
that's
not tip.
hearsay. But for this, anyone who doesn't tip, especially when you have money, like go fuck yourself. I understand it's a fucked up system, but it's a system
real
created
comfy.
it's a system created to oppress people, and the fact that like you've taken advantage of the system and you're at the status that you are unwilling to help the others that are still stuck in that repressive system. So fuck you.
Yeah, I have a really sad one too.
I said what?
A sad person who didn't tip, who I was really excited for.
Who is
Tom
it?
Hanks.
No, this is embarrassing. So like Carly Rae Jepsen came in, and
Why does everyone even like her? She's
she doesn't even-
I
embarrassing.
like her too.
I like her. I think she's cool, and her album came out the same night as Taylor Swift's. And
I'm not doing
I
it.
said we're gonna give her a little spin because I think it's not fair that obviously Taylor's dominated, even though the album's incredible. But I played it, and someone was like, "Are you playing Carly Rae Jepsen?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, she shipped $2 on her thing, and I was like, "Fuck."
She what? Tip
She only paid tip $2 on her entire bill.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another cancel.
But like honestly, love you, Carly. Like love the new album.
Dude, this
So,
is
like,
why
women are bad
this,
tippers to begin with.
Okay, that's
What?
not that's
Women
not
are bad
true.
tippers.
That's not true. Hot women are bad tippers. hot women are bad
it's
tippers.
hot women.
Hot
Because
women.
They
They've
have
never
this
paid for
idea
anything.
that they're like,
Hot women and Mexicans. And I can say that 'cause I'm Mexican. I can say
I'll
that.
actually say, I was today. We have a lot of you're Mexican. I love that. But here's what I'll say is that we have a lot of European people come into my work.
yes, because
And
F1.
I've decided that I'm actually xenophobic to European people.
Yeah. But because we worked F1 and I was trying to just like, visually judge somebody to see if they were going to tip me, but some of them were like, your culture is crazy. Here's a 15% tip. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, they're bad.
They think they're like being like...
Also, like
isn't that funny?
That's like us wearing a beret.
That's what I'm saying, though. Isn't that funny, though? Like, everyone gets mad when we go to their countries. We don't respect their culture, but then they come here and they don't want to respect our culture. It's like, that's just part of the culture. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way that it is. So it's like, you're going to come here and not tip because you don't believe it. They don't do it in your country. That's cool. Then I'm going to come here and then do some I don't even know. Like,
what are we going to do?
I don't know. I'm going to start.
We're coming to...
name a place, I'll tell you.
Italy.
Italy? All right,
we're going to go to Sardinia.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Italy, and I'm going to go to Carrabba's while I'm in Italy. I'm going to go to Olive Garden while I'm there.
People that are like, ooh, fettuccine Alfredo doesn't exist in Italy.
It does.
Like, why does that matter?
It also does. A version of it does exist. It's not to the American style of like a ton of cream, but there's a version of it in Italy. So that's fucking dumb.
I just don't understand why.
Also, Jersey Italians are better than Italians.
Sure.
Food-wise, for sure. 100%.
Well, the Italian-American food.
You guys, we've done a pretty piss poor job introducing everybody. This is Kandace, our guest, and this is Jimmy, our new Trevor.
Our new Trevor, for the day.
If you guys are wondering,
which I'm actually like loving Jimmy's energy.
I like Jimmy way
I
better.
can't tell if he likes me or not.
Trevor,
I do.
If you guys just an update on Trevor to our listeners, his life is not going good.
Trevor's life. He's gonna watch this because he's also our editor. And Trevor, I will say this: I'm sorry that your spine is deteriorating.
Grandpa's dead.
Lost his job.
I think it's really funny when people get sad about dead grandma. They're old.
I said that too. Actually, my great grandfather just died a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't really think
they're old.
Yeah, he was 96.
And here's the thing:
it's not surprising. It still can be sad though.
I don't know. I don't know about that. My grandparents, I cut them out of my life, so they're dead to me, and that wasn't that bad of a transition in my life. So. But I guess I chose their death. So I guess if it was in a,
I'm gonna start saying that to people. Sorry, I've chosen your death.
I've chosen your death.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so
chosen
much.
your death.
Yeah.
I feel like if you could kill one person, actually, but I mean, you don't actually have to do it. Who would you kill?
Like in my family?
No, sure.
Life.
I guess literally anyone. You can choose anyone.
I don't know who I would kill, but I know that if I had to kill myself, I know where I would do it.
See, I wouldn't kill.
Okay, well,
Okay, that's a different question. Hey, love a different question.
yeah.
Do you want? Does anyone know the answer?
Wait, maybe this is why. They were like trying to get you to do word problems, and you're like, oh yeah, I would love to know how many apples he had left, but actually, slices of pizza, so good.
Yeah. No, I think that. Well, in high school, they were like, so this is the assignment. I was like, I think we're gonna write like fanfic about Charmed. That was my main.
That's
problem.
way better. I wish schools did that more, like foster creativity.
Yeah,
that was the biggest detriment to me as a human is not having my creativity stifled by so many educators. I think that was the most
all my
insane
teachers.
thing.
I've said this on the podcast before, but all my teachers were like, Dylan's not good at the schoolwork. We think he's gonna do something creative, and so they were kind of like, you're fine.
Like
Colton hates when I talk about my past because I don't remember talking about it, and then he already has heard it.
What? Oh. Yeah, I do. I go.
I know.
He's next topic, please.
Okay, so if I had to kill someone, this is who I would kill.
Yeah.
You could literally.
And then you can answer, will you kill yourself?
I'll just do it for you. You come over, we'll go to the place where I'm going to go kill this person, and we'll just kill you too. Okay. No, I think I don't really have an exact name, but literally give me a list of billionaires and I'll do it. Mm-hmm. No problem.
Yeah, that would be a cool, what is that? Boondock Saints, but it's just a billionaire. It's like Robin Hood, but like a modern day version.
Yeah, I just don't.
We should write that.
Do you have a person in mind?
Clarence Thomas's wife.
Oh, I would do Clarence.
I
would do Clarence Thompson, and then you had Ginny. You would do Ginny.
I would do Ginny because Clarence isn't making his own moves anymore.
No, but
I don't feel like he's doing anything.
He is. He's a scumbag. He literally just blocked a motion to subpoena her. So he has power to do things, and instead of you know what I mean? He's contributing. He's doing. When it's like that quote where it's like, if you're not standing up to oppressors, you're also an oppressing person.
You're also in a what?
If it's what I don't know, I'm butchering the quote, but there's a quote where it's if you're silent in oppression, you are also an oppressor.
We'll enter it in here.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
Enter the real
I thought you were going to
Jimmy, I was not pointing at you saying look it
Jimmy,
up. I was
Jimmy.
not Jimmy, look at me.
Jimmy, come on.
Jimmy, I
Fucking
would
do
never do that to you.
Jesus Christ.
I would never point at you and say figure it out. And I can tell like that
Excuse
is so
me,
scary.
Jimmy, you're doing such a bad job. We're going to call you Trevor.
That's good. You want to end up like Trevor? Trevor doesn't have a job anymore, or a working
grandpa.
spine.
I actually have figured out a person that I would kill.
Who?
So it would be whoever decided to cancel the TV show that only had one season in 2011 called The Secret Circle. Because I really just felt like it wasn't fair.
Oh, having one season.
Yeah,
That's how I
it
feel
was
like,
so good.
There's so many shows like that, though.
Yeah,
there's so many
for
shows,
sure.
and it's like, there's one that came out on Netflix which I thought was really good, and it was like I think it was
Norseman.
called The Society or something.
Oh.
It was like about like basically they don't even explain what happened, but like all the adults disappear from this small town, and it's just high schoolers having to like take over and run.
That's my favorite type of
Neutron
TV
made a
show.
whole movie about it. I mean, I feel like every
Neutron. Oh yeah.
yeah, everybody has
It's like
made
Left
a version
Behind.
of that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like they basically ripped it from Left Behind.
I think it's an.
I found the
old,
quote.
Okay, what's the quote, Jimmy?
It says, "If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse and you say that you're neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality."
That second part's not part of it, I
The-
think, but the
the-
first part.
The second was an example,
It's
Jimmy.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Oh.
Archbishop sounds religious.
Well, don't love that he's a Catholic.
I'm Catholic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you
Practicing?
No.
Then you can't say that.
Oh really?
It's not how that works. It's not like you're not like
Well,
Jewish.
Catholic people will.
Like, so if a Jew was like, "Hey, I'm Jewish," but that by birth, like you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how it works.
But I
Catholicism is
still
like that.
carry all the shame of the people who came before me.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it sounds-
that's called generational trauma. First off,
What you mean to say is
It's called
I'm
Catholic
bad.
guilt.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I guess I'm not Catholic.
Which was your favorite saint?
I never even knew.
Ooh, Saint Anthony. I like Saint Anthony. I don't know his backstory, but I would always lose things. Like, and I still, my friend, like you can ask all my friends, like I'll lose something, and I have faith that I'll find it. And when I was a kid, I would pray to Saint Anthony because he's like the guy of like lost items or something, patron saint of lost items. And so I would always find him. And I don't say that like I'm a lucky person now, but anytime I lose something, I don't stress because I know it'll turn up.
I actually agree with you. I have a whole thing about sunglasses. How I never buy sunglasses, and then I always just say like, "Nice sunglasses come to me," and then all of a sudden, I find a pair, and yeah, I've been wearing those.
But you guys are also known to be just like, yeah, I'll steal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But it also came to my
It
path.
came to me like I saw it in the store. It
I
came
don't
to
know.
me. I
It
was
came
like,
to me. I don't know.
that's
Like,
fine.
I found it in some girl's purse. It came to me. It was crazy.
I'll sometimes Google the saints that will be at like a fucking prayer and weddings or some shit, and they're always the most insane fucking saints, like the saint of birds or baking. And the way that they become saints, the saint of baking, do you know how he became it?
No,
Well, he got burnt alive. He had nothing to do with baking.
that's hard.
Oh, so there's Saint Elena too. I forgot she has an interesting like what she's a saint of.
Did
I
you grow up
forget.
religious?
I grew up Catholic, yeah. So that's why I don't believe in God, because it didn't make any sense. Even as a kid, I was like, we go to church and I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Even just
Catholic's
the
hard to
saints-
understand
Yeah.
too. It's. I always say like we were Catholic in the way that like we only went because we were from a small town and other people were watching. So if you didn't show up, people were like, the Carlinos weren't at church.
Oh no, we went to church because my grandmother was a horrible person, and so she would go every Sunday. We sit in the same pew, and it was like her trying to. I don't know. I feel like she was trying to offload all the bad shit in her life, and because even after everything happened and everything like that, she sent a letter to my brother and says she's right with God. She's like, okay, well you're
What
not.
did she do that was so bad?
Hey, just let you
she
know,
harbored-
God's cool with it.
Yeah, just so you know, God's cool with whatever me letting a man molest my children and grandchildren and
So-
knowingly harboring a pedophile in my home.
Yeah, so don't worry,
whoa.
I'm going to heaven.
Yeah.
Catholic mothers will do that though. They will go to the ends of their earth for their boys.
It's not even just that. It's like she was
Wait,
just.
did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but
Wait, am I wrong?
well, no, that's also. It's not even just Catholic women. It's also like it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
So like I think it has a lot
You
to do with
think
culture.
Jewish mothers are more like Jewish and Italian
Jewish. I
mothers
feel like
Jewish,
Jewish
Italians,
and Italian
are the
Mexicans.
same thing. Jewish and Italian mothers are the same thing, and
Yeah.
then typically like Protestant Catholic mothers are like kind of laid back,
Cold.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they're like they do that thing where they're like you can just stay in the basement if you did something bad. I feel like a Jewish mom would be like, I'll call the police.
No.
I don't know. We are
She
really
might
trying to
threaten
get
about
through
it.
like stereotypes here, but I feel like no, it's one of those things. So
Good
like,
point.
like I don't know, it was just bad, and she's a horrible person, and so like the fact that like she used religion as like this like cloak of like kind of whatever the word I'm looking for, I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but like basically like absolvement, like she's absolved because she goes to church every Sunday and she's a devout Catholic who prays every night.
I
like
wish
all
that I
people do.
believed in God, because I feel like life would be
easier.
so much easier, because everybody, you could just like con. The thing is, I feel like I have more morals because I don't believe in God.
Right, I told that to my
Because
dad.
because I won't con these like people and be like, hey, your life has meaning, give me your money, and like
It's not even just about that. It's like interesting, like there's really good aspects to like religion, and a lot of studies have shown it's done like it's positive for like mental health for a lot of people, but I think it also like shields people a lot. And like the thing that I had to talk to my dad, he for a while, like he gets me now, and I can make jokes about God and he'll laugh, like you know, try not to laugh, but he does anyway. But it's like he would get really upset because he wants to see me in paradise, like he wants to see me in heaven, and I'm like, I just don't believe in God. I'm so sorry. It just never spoke to me, even as a kid. It didn't make sense. I never felt like the presence of God, and I have to tell him, I'm like, Dad, don't you think I'm a better person because I do things in life? Like even besides the stealing thing, but that's just like that doesn't hurt anyone. Yeah. I don't steal from people.
Those companies are hurting us.
I steal from companies now, which
Yeah.
is different, and they're doing horrible atrocities, so they deserve it. Anyways, but like. For the most part, though, I'm a really good person, and I do things not to go to heaven. Like I don't have an ulterior motive other than just being a good person. So isn't it kind of better for me because I'm doing it out of the kindness of my own heart? And it's not all altruism explicitly, because it's like altruism doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And like what's the whole? We're not getting into that.
no, I know what I'm following, and
But you know
it
what I
doesn't. But that's usually like a similar like a segue into like, and now let's talk about capitalism. So like actually, if we do understand that altruism does not exist, then we can understand that capitalism is a really good thing. But my idea was, if Christians actually just thought like just the flip side of nobody experiencing pain, then they might be a lot more compassionate towards just like a general what's good and what's bad. You don't have to decide what's good and what's bad. You're just like, who does the least amount of pain? And then they might be like a little bit more loving.
It's also, Christians make no sense to me, especially like modern day Christians, because it's like, if you actually were to read the Bible, especially this like the New Testament, like, right, and it's what it preaches, it just doesn't make any sense, especially with like the people who are more radicalized nowadays. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, compatibilist opposed to literal.
But yeah, and it's also like,
yeah.
you don't, and the thing is, you don't have to decide between good or bad. God's gonna do that. Live your own fucking life and just be a good person. Is it that hard? It's really not that hard.
I think people get confused all the time because there's a difference between like religion and belief in God, and the church.
I was literally just
Agreed.
about to
The
say
church
that.
is created by man, and so
Right.
it's fallible.
It's already, yeah, exactly.
And I think the only thing that religion does for people is it gives it purpose. You
Yeah.
don't need religion because you already have purpose in your life. But there's plenty of people that have no purpose.
Exactly.
And they find their purpose through religion.
Right, and that's the thing. But that's where,
I'm not religious, but I believe in God.
yeah, that's cool
But
too.
you
like
also
what-
have a purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
What
reason
is
to
his
get up
purpose?
and get out of the
Yeah,
bed
what's
every
his-
day.
Wait.
What's
What
his
is it,
purpose
Jamie, what's my purpose?
besides being rail thin? What is his purpose?
Yeah. What's his purpose?
Well, I think that your purpose is you want to express yourself creatively and you want to try to connect with others in
Jimmy,
ways
that
that you
you're
can.
being so sweet right now. I can't even imagine. No, for sure. I do, but I do agree. I'm like that very much religion, because if you guys are talking, I was like, you guys are talking about religion. I don't believe in heaven, but I'm like, oh, I believe when we die, we're all one.
Yeah, there's like,
You
there's
know?
a certain
and
level.
I believe you're gonna come back. And actually, I've had a witch tell me one time, she was like, you've actually been a witch in every single one of your lives and had magic, and she goes, and you don't have this one due to bad behavior with it in your last. And that's something that I hold on to every single day.
Honestly, that's actually a really cool backstory.
Isn't that cool as fuck?
What's my backstory? It's like, yeah, you.
Honey, this is your first life. It's your first time around now here.
It's like shit.
I was driving Uber the other day and there was this girl that got in the front seat and she was talking to her friends and she's like, yeah, so like I've been seeing all of these psychics and they all say the same thing, that I have this love curse on me. And I'm like, how do I get rid of the curse? And bitch, you'll never believe, it's like so expensive to get rid of this curse. Like it's literally thousands of dollars.
That's amazing.
Anyway, speaking of capitalism,
it's
because
this
that
curse.
is truly like that's what it is.
They called it a flat tit curse. It wasn't a witch. It was a doctor. if you could have any plastic surgery, what would you have?
I'd obviously get my chest done. I've gynecomastia, and I'm going to get it done. I'm saving up for it.
Oh, okay.
You're saving up for it?
I mean, I not currently, but like,
But like mentally?
like my chest will be done in the next year and a half,
Can I have
Wow.
that? Can you toss me that water, Jimmy?
and then I finally won't be trans anymore.
Oh. Okay. Hot take.
Hot take.
Okay, but I mean, I do have breasts, and I'm a man, so it's kind of like wrong body.
Okay.
I have nipples,
How's
Greg.
your
Can you milk me?
How's your pussy, Dylan?
Honestly, it's fucking tight. Oh my god! Sometimes I walk around work, I go, it's too tight to walk.
Oh, it hurts.
Is there? Yeah.
It hurts. It's closing up. Oh no, I gotta get fucked in it.
I wish. Oh my god. Would you take a pussy if you could have it?
Would I take a pussy if I could have it? I'm sorry. I just don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, like,
Like we're back on the stealing thing. If you
If I could steal a pussy?
if you could have a instead of a penis,
If I could have a pussy.
a vagina, because you bought them anyways.
Instead of my asshole, 100%.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
would
no
trade,
asshole here. You're the dick and
I
a
would
vagina.
trade my asshole for a pussy any day.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But the thing that there's so many benefits to having a dick that I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
well, you still have the dick, but you just have a butt. A butt
yeah,
pussy.
But if I had the butt pussy,
You
I could
trading
do
your
boom.
ass for a pussy.
Wow, get me.
I don't know if I would ever get plastic surgery. I guess.
That's gorgeous.
Why do you sit all silent? I could have guessed. I guess I would. Maybe. I don't know.
No, if you don't have a call to get it, I don't think you should.
I think I would use that money instead to like get someone to be like a personal trainer for me instead. I wouldn't want to like I don't know because I also yeah.
Okay. Hey, if I had a bunch of cash, if you ever come into cash, I'll personal train you. You give me that money, and then I will
Invest it in Bitcoin.
Invest it in my
Yeah. Would you get anything done?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Of
What would you
course.
get?
I mean, I'm talking, I would have my whole body would be in a Sharpie. I'd be like, a little here, a little here.
That's
Body
weird. That
dysmorphia
makes me
again.
so sad
Little
when
here,
Colton talks
little
about this
here,
kind of stuff.
little
'Cause I'm like,
here, little here.
like most people would kill to look like Colton.
Kill who?
I'd kill
myself.
I'd shoot
By the
Jimmy, I'd
way,
shoot Candace.
great transition. Where would you kill yourself?
Wait, hold on. I think I would get like Botox. I
That's
kinda-
not plastic surgery.
I think I would do
That's
that.
med spa. That's 11.
med spa.
I just can't do it right now because I don't have the money to sustain it. But like I can see this, and if it's better to do it before it happens than after. And
yeah,
it's
I was
already set.
smoking.
Mine's already set. But I'm a very expressive person, so
Very
it's hard.
expressive. They're not going to go away.
They're not
you
going
know?
away.
And so where I would kill myself is the middle of a Forever 21.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I want to traumatize everyone in there. I don't like the people that work there. I don't like that their store is so fucking big.
And fast fashion.
It's not. It actually has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with the kids making the clothes. It's that I've had so many traumatic experiences of having my girlfriends being like, we're going to the mall, we're going to Forever 21, and then we're in there. I'm not even joking, for like 7 hours
Yeah.
because they have to go through every single room, and every single shirt is a different shirt. Nothing is organized there.
True.
And so I would shoot myself in the middle of a Forever 21.
Okay. Shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, I'm more like an OD girl.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't want to OD in that.
Like all of my suicidal ideations are hanging myself, but I wouldn't do that. It would be overdose.
I feel like if
I'm a
I was
pussy.
an overdose, I would be like, okay, well, first I'm going to relapse. So I'm going to want to enjoy some of that.
But then once you do cocaine, you're gonna be like, I'm the greatest person. I don't need to die.
I can't believe I was going to kill myself.
Wait, how long have you been sober?
A little over a year. I hit my 1 year at the end of August.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Alcohol
What are
sober.
the
Oh,
best
yeah.
things that have come across? Because 3 sober girls right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the best things that you have gotten from sobriety, I guess?
I mean, overall, like my mental health is like way more manageable, and I have more money because I'm not drinking all the time. And I think ultimately, like, my comedy has just gotten so much better. Like I just don't feel like shit. There's so much more mental space to be able to create than like I ever have had. And so I think that the fear when I first stopped drinking, I couldn't write, and I
Yeah.
remember being so worried because there's like the way I write is like there's just voices, and they just like the jokes come to me. And when I like the first 6 weeks of being sober, it wasn't working. And I remember thinking, I think I just have to be drunk and like an anxious mess to be able to write. And then after that 6 weeks, I just started writing again. So it feels good.
Yeah, I feel like what alcohol does is is the only thing it does is permission. Like, it gives you permission to do or to act silly or to do karaoke or to dance more. Like, I think as soon as you get past the I'm allowed to do this and I'm good at this, then you do just start reaping or I'm allowed to be here. Just that simple fact, just I'm allowed to be here, has helped me just stand in rooms without needing a drink. Because I'm just like, Colton, you're allowed to be here.
Right.
Because when people say like, shit, people like you fucking
What do I do?
fat
People like you
always
fucking
say
fat
this.
fucks.
Fat
And I'm
fucks
so
always
tired of
go-
you saying that because I never mention my weight in general, but because we're like two fatties and we can like we have insight, like we know what each other are talking about. It's like that's why we're talking about it right now.
Okay, no, it's actually never stops.
Okay.
It's
So
an
fat-
issue in my life.
That's fair.
It's not an issue.
Try being gay and fat, okay? It's a nightmare.
Try to be gay and fat. Try to be okay. So this is what I was gonna say. I just have like all this social anxiety. So people were like, "But you're like good looking, so stop."
I know.
So it's like, stop having a problem. And then I go, "Yeah, I don't have a problem," and then I just try to not have a problem. I think that for me, sobriety.
I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't actually bother you.
Well, no, it's just something I had to get. I just had to change my perspective from like being sober. It's not. I've been actively punching myself in the face with these problems.
Yeah.
Opposed to running and acting like they don't exist.
Right.
Because the problems are actually like manageable.
I think it's interesting that you bring up social anxiety because I've always struggled with that. And even when I was drinking, it was really bad. And I felt like, I don't know what it was that kept me, because I never drank before. Like, I would always go up sober. Like, that was my rule always. And, but I think I would bum rush the bar afterwards, but just to deal with like any kind of emotion and to get that escape that I need, you know? But then I would have social anxiety all the time where I couldn't talk to anyone. I still have that problem immensely, but it's gotten better over the last year, where now it's the permission. It's like the permission to be myself. People like me because I'm myself. So why am I stressed about it? Like, why am I stressed about being the weird girl when that's just who I am?
Yeah, for sure. I fall into a different category of playing a character, which isn't great.
All right. Well, this is actually an intervention.
Actually,
What do you mean? You're playing a character?
Like, I have a lot of anxiety as well. I will say the best thing that's happened since I stopped drinking is that I no longer have that bad anxiety. But, you know, I think my biggest problem in life is playing a character, not being myself, and kind of I've made a character of that I've been crafting for the past like 20 years of the Dylan Carlino I always say like, oh, we're doing the Dylan Carlino show. I'm doing it at work. I'm doing it everywhere.
That's really sad because it's not like
Yeah.
not. I mean, I don't mean that in a jokey way. I mean like because. One, honestly, it's interesting that I even like you then, because truly I can tell when people are doing, and I can tell certain things that you're doing as like a thing, but I find that like our interactions do seem a little bit more genuine.
Yeah.
But like I cannot stand, and it's not like a negative thing. It's just like it makes me uncomfortable that people can't be comfortable with themselves, because that's the one thing I have in my life is being genuine. I've always been that.
It's not that I'm not comfortable being myself. It's that I don't like. I feel very comfortable in my thoughts and who I am as a person, and I can have genuine moments and things like that. Like, it's not fully the character, but like there are things that I don't feel I will ever like. I share with other people. Like I feel very embarrassed by like earnestness and like that kind of things, and I just save that stuff for private time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't like to be, especially in comedy. I'm like, I don't like to be too earnest, or comics are awful.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely have like two modes. I guess I kind of see what you're saying, because there's times where I'm like just joking and like being like very like roasty with my friends and stuff. But at the end of the day, I think ultimately, like if someone were to ask me a sincere question or like whatever, I'm very just myself. I don't really give a shit. I don't care about being liked, because I generally don't like most people, because I find that most people aren't genuine, and that's the reason why I don't like them, because I can tell when people are doing a thing.
When someone isn't genuine, I find myself not being genuine, because I'm going like, oh, you're safeguarding and you're playing these cards, so now I have to manipulate my behavior to... And then I go, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
My problem with like stand-ups that are too earnest is that I find that they're not earnest.
They're not actually
that's
earnest.
my problem.
It's faux earnesty.
It's that they're using a sympathy card, or they're using
It's a chip.
a chip to be like, and you guys, I worked really hard to be here. So it's like, we all did. Fuck off.
Yeah,
We're
no.
like, or somebody was like, oh, I just feel like people that use their sobriety as like you guys, I used to get really fucked up, but like because of God or because of whatever, I'm here today. That to me isn't earnest. That's a chip. That's
I guess I should clarify when I say like playing a character. I mean like it is still me,
Right.
But it's just like there are certain parts that like there are until
It's a version of yourself that safeguards you from being
like,
too.
like. But like I have friends who are like I'm not like that. I'm like that. You get the full sense. I also don't think that like it's. Everybody should get every part of your personality.
Absolutely. No, I agree with a lot that you're saying.
You know,
in
so
the
I'm
same
like,
way.
actually, I'm going to keep some things back because some things are. I do find a lot of things are like sacred to me. So
Yeah.
I'm like, and I keep those stuff like the God stuff. Like I never talk about my stuff with God because I'm always like, this is for
It's a
me, and
personal-
I don't need anybody else to agree or hear about it.
That's commendable. That's almost like I respect that more than like people. You know what I mean? Like there's people who are just like God, like you know, they're so pushy, so out there. But it's like that thing should be a sacred personal connection anyway. So
Yeah.
I value that in you, and I think I don't know. Like I'm not trying to be too earnest here at all.
Can we get deep on this podcast?
We're so deep. We're so deep.
I have to say, like, just not to break the tension, but like, actually, it was better that we switched.
Yeah, that was a good
You know
idea.
what I mean? Like,
I like
actually,
this a lot
everyone
better.
felt a lot better once we
I
switched.
feel like this is a really good vibe.
Okay.
And in fact, if you're listening, you don't know what the
We don't know
fuck
what we're talking about.
But if you're listening, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening.
We do have listeners.
And if you are listening and you're still listening, then just know that I want you to have a good day.
Okay. Okay.
We're
Thank
done.
you,
We're
Colton.
done.
Yeah.
But
The thing,
But she has something to say.
so no, like you know
sorry.
you're talking about the earnesty thing, and
Yeah.
like here's the thing that gets me, and so like I think that for a long time the person, and probably still the perception of me in public is that like I'm like a bitch or like whatever, and it's one, it's the social anxiety thing, but two, it's the earnesty thing. So it's like I read people super well, so when people have these like conversations where they're trying to connect with me, I can feel when it's a superficial like interaction. Like you're trying to find, like they'll ask me a question, I say something, and then they try to relate to it, but it's like, let's talk real shit. Like literally anyone, if they ask me how I'm doing and I say, I'm so honest, I'm like, either I say I'm vibing, which means I don't want to fucking talk to you right now, or two, it's I'm actually not having a good time, I'm very depressed. Like, and people don't, and the reaction people have to that is how I figure out who they are and like what they're like earnestly level. Are they actually genuinely earnest, or are they just doing this like faux thing to like have a fake connection? It's that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like some people don't know the difference because it's not. I think it's somebody that's never had like a deep connection. Because I've interacted with a couple of people who just like interact very shallow, and they're very comfortable, and they actually do enjoy, or they think they enjoy like asking. And then I asked them about the weather.
Yeah.
It was like.
Dude.
For me,
Yeah.
kill my. I don't want to talk about that. I know what the weather is. I'm looking outside myself.
Surface level, I'm just like this, and then that's the thing is like that's how deep you go. Like there's no reason for me to go deeper with you. Like that's how I see it. And I'm not saying that in general, like they're not earnest, genuine people, but it's like as like a social person, like I'm very guarded, like you, like how you say you have these things that you keep to yourself. Like someone told me once I'm very hard to connect with, and that's true. And that's like I'm a very like lone wolf kind of person, I think, in general. So whenever I meet and I have like a very superficial conversation, I'm just like, this is not fun.
Unless it's super fun and the person's funny, I have like no interest in
Oh
it.
yeah, but like I've connected with you, and we're just fucking absolute talk nonsense.
Yeah, but it's because we
different.
have this deep connection that like we know each other so well, and like it's like almost another language that we have where it's so out there and so weird. But that's what I'm saying. We connect on that level. I don't have that with everyone because most people don't lack the ability to like be that, like allow themselves to be silly or give them permission to be that way. You know
Well,
what
I
I mean?
also think that what you're talking about too is like a lot of people aren't like this, where if you're not going to be honest about like if you're going to keep some things back, you at least need to be honest about like your actual sense of humor. And if you connect with someone on a sense of humor, it's like that is, even if you are being completely silly, that is still like deep
That's
in its
genuine.
own way. It's genuine in its own way. Like there are a lot of comics where you meet and you're like, you don't even think this is funny.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like this isn't even funny to you when you're saying it.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not just a genuine thing. Maybe it's the level. Like and this is gonna sound so pretentious, but like it's an intelligence thing, right? So it's like I'm not even talking about IQ or whatever. It's like comedy and like sense of humor is a level of like, you know, like the social intelligence, or like, you know what I mean, an avenue of intelligence. So I think that's the other thing too, is like if someone's like we're having a conversation and it's not like here, and like it's just like I don't jive, maybe that's it. I don't speak your language, you don't speak my language, and that's why we don't talk. And maybe that's the way I don't connect, or I'm valuing your genuineness based on.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, I guess it is. How do I respond to the crazy thing you said? And I know that I've given that to somebody.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Am I too loud?
Well, you just keep breathing into the microphone.
Oh, I am fat.
I do it too.
It's a fat thing.
I do it
It's a
too.
fat thing.
Yeah.
Why, are you just now telling me this and I've been
Yeah,
doing it the
it
whole
is a-
time?
it
Well,
is
I was trying to figure out who
into
it
it.
was. And
It actually could be me. I do it all the time.
Sounds good now.
Okay, I don't want to talk anymore.
I will say this: you're doing an incredible job.
Hey, you like that?
It's an ASMR podcast.
Oh my god!
so
I wish I got on the
hard
ASMR back in the day.
So wet for you. Okay,
Oh my
I'm good.
God, that's crazy.
All right, I was just doing that's a little bit of breathing exercises I like to do every couple hours. So we're good now.
So wet for you.
How can I ask you a question that maybe is like none of my business? But like when girls are like, "I'm wet," like how wet is it?
It's so wet.
Is
I'm
it?
telling
Okay,
you. because-
Yeah.
not
because
to be like gross. Yeah, it's like, is it dripping
I'm
springs down
talking
there?
about
Maybe,
a
yeah.
fucking. You know how you use a towel because of the amount of lube you might use.
Why? No.
What?
Oh yeah, but don't say that in front of you.
But like how wet?
You know,
Don't say that
but
in
you
front of
said
people.
it like I
You-
use it, but you said it to me like, you know how you have to use a towel because you use so much fucking lube. It's like, don't do that.
Well, you got a big dick.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's like that. But although I don't know, my sister will never listen to this. She was on Lexapro, and so she has to use lube still. And
It's not your business to share.
But honestly, that's such a common problem for women.
I
so I
think
feel
it's
like
common.
it's
It's
like yeah.
common.
If anything, it's
That's
like
so sad. Like your sister can't get wet, you can't get hard. These pills are ruining your
no,
family.
those pills were ruining my family, and I can get hard again.
Can you?
Yes, I can get hard again. You guys, I'm off the pills. You guys have been here with me for this,
Yeah.
all this.
Yeah.
I have been on 6 different medications since
we
our
started the
listeners
podcast.
started joining our family. So
that's honorable.
It is a family.
it's a family.
So how
yeah.
wet is wet? It's dripping. It's that. And is it clear?
I think it's just it depends. It's like it's not necessarily clear. It can range in color by the different like the person.
It's like
I
If I
think.
was a girl, I would want mine to be like black.
I think if you like, it's like if you were like this, it would be like it could be. Most like time, it's like clear. I feel like it's clear.
I feel
I
like
almost just asked if it like snot.
yeah, it can
Kind
be.
of,
it could
yeah.
be.
Oh wow.
So
But
like
the
that's
thing
the way
is,
that
It kind of looks like semen too.
That's
like it's cloudy.
No.
that's hot.
That's it depends on the woman because my shit is not like that cloudy. But like also it's
cloudy.
Sometimes my semen's clear because I jerk off too much.
that could be it too.
Yeah,
one time
that's what I found that out too.
one time I
I
jerked
do
off
too.
so much that it was just blood coming out. You guys ever do that?
High school,
You ever do that?
high school.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Me too.
yeah,
I do.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, how many times can I come? And I was like, and then I was like, oh no. And
Yeah.
this was before like the internet had like a ton of information, so
Yeah.
I had to do a deep dive to try to find out.
2012 when there was no information.
Dude,
It was like the first
was
time
way
I was
before
ever like,
2012
I was trying to set boundaries with myself, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait at least 2 days till the next time.
Okay, so really quick though too, this is like one of the family like planning practices is like you check your viscosity. So if you're like super like snotty, and it's like this and it's like threads coming out, like you're probably ovulating. So it's one of the ways you can tell.
Oh,
Did you know it takes 3 days for a man to like refill?
Not this man, honey.
what?
Yeah, 3 days.
Refill.
What do you
like-
mean, like fully or just a little
Fully,
bit?
yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I guess.
I feel like you changed your voice when you said that.
Yeah, it got very
know?
sexual. It got very sexual,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
3 days.
Did you know it's gonna take 3 days to fill this bad boy
I
up?
will say though, if I don't
Why do
jerk
you
off
know
for a
that?
couple
Are
of
you
days,
saying is it because they gave you that number when you had to jerk off in a cup one time
No, I looked it up online.
to refill?
Yeah, I'm like, how long does it take?
Yeah, but I feel like it's different for everyone because some people have giant like loads.
If you hook up a couple
here.
times a day,
My-
it doesn't
yeah.
work anymore. You need something there for it to go.
What are you're saying? Work?
what,
It
like,
works.
doesn't get hard?
No, I'm saying like I cannot get hard if I don't have anything in my balls.
Oh, we're different.
Well, yeah, I think
yeah,
you're just,
I
I think
can.
you're different
Yeah.
because I feel like you would have to come a lot to not have anything left.
I'm talking.
And not be
my
able to get hard.
refill is basically a soda machine.
Same.
Yeah, no, not
going
me.
on?
Same.
It's on.
Mine's like Wordle once a day.
Whoa,
Once a day.
So do you have to like? I hope this isn't personal information, but do you have to like not jerk off if you want to have sex?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That is
never-
crazy.
You might have a small reservoir.
But a huge dick, so we see that in your eyes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ground to cover.
Did
yeah.
they say that the smaller your balls are, the cooler you are. So that's awesome.
They
I
do
have huge balls.
They do say that smaller potatoes make the meat look bigger. Also, in ancient Greece, a lot of people, so all the statues have small penises because they believe that if you had a small penis, you had a way bigger brain.
I am so dumb.
Yeah.
Science.
Yep. They also say if a primate has smaller balls and a bigger testicle.
Same thing.
My science has run out. Bigger balls and a smaller dick, then they were more likely to have multiple partners, and they have shorter orgasm rates. So maybe you orgasm every 15 seconds, but you have like 15 different harem, like a harem. And then if you had a bigger schlong and smaller balls, it means that you're only going to go like once a time, but there was going to be one girl and like 5 different dudes, because the dick would be a fucking pump, and it would pump out the other cum that was in there.
Well, that's why the dick's shaped the way that it is.
Yeah, so
We
it
all
would be
heard
a
the Pete
fucking,
Holmes
it'd be a
podcast.
vacuuming out.
Yeah, it's a plunger. That's
How
why they
much
say.
cum was in there that was vacuuming out
Can I
all
say
the
something
fucking
like that? It
cum?
sounds so hot to me.
I just wish that. I mean, I can't imagine that she felt empowered.
If I was a girl, I
Like-
would use other guys' cum as lube.
If I was a girl, if you were a guy, you would do that.
No, I don't bottom.
Oh, have you never been the top to another person's bottom? Have you ever been
No.
2 tops, 1 bottom?
No.
No.
I've had a lot of really sad threesomes, though. A lot of really
You
sad
don't have
threesomes.
to brag.
Have you ever been in a threesome?
No.
No.
My
I have a
best-
friend that was
It
in a
just doesn't sound
threesome
interesting to me.
last weekend. She was in a threesome with 2 other dudes.
That's so hot.
But then one of the dudes apparently wasn't like up to par, so she sent him away.
What do
is
you
it,
mean
like,
up to
his
par?
dick wasn't
Like
big enough?
no, like he just
He couldn't
wasn't
get hard?
doing it well. And
Good
so
for
she's
her.
like, okay, I'm just gonna fuck him. You can go now.
Dude,
and he was like,
2022 year of the woman. I love that.
Honestly,
I love
I
that.
actually good for her.
Yeah.
One time I was hooking up with these 2 guys, and we all met off Grindr.
Can you imagine? It's too many people in one room.
3 people is
You
awful.
can't control. Like, can you imagine? It's like, all right, we got a jive, and there's somebody back there just like, "Good, yeah, yeah."
The energy's
Whoa.
just way off. But also imagine that conversation just like, hold on, hey, Greg, love the energy out there. I think, ultimately, we aren't gelling as a team, and we're actually going to need you.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I met these 2 guys off Grindr. This is probably like 7 years ago, and we were like all hooking up in this like cabin, which is like already bad.
That's so gay.
And I know. And this one guy, he was like, obviously, he was like, we're all gonna have a threesome. Like, didn't tell us about it. And so then like I came because I was like, this is awful. I'm just gonna come. I didn't have like enough autonomy to like get up and leave myself. So I came and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. And the guy was like, no, stay. And the other guy goes, no, let him leave.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't care enough. Like, I'm already like a very lazy lover, and the idea of like the whole point is like I would, you know what I mean? As a woman, I feel like I have to be like the show, and I'm just not gonna fucking do that for you.
To be the show.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Like, if it's 2 dudes and a woman, it's not like they're gonna be the show. Like, you know what I mean?
But I feel like this is a little deeper. I feel like in a conversation, do you feel like you have to be the show?
No,
I don't know.
you do, but
I
not
do.
me. You do. I can tell
I'm
you.
always
do.
like,
Are you giving a show in bed?
Huh?
Are you giving a show in bed?
I'm the show.
Yeah.
I'm the show, but it's by showing up.
I like doing.
Pillow princess over
Look
here.
at
Yeah. I'm
Look
sorry.
at me. You're so welcome.
I'm sorry. I mean, what's the frame? You know?
Yeah,
Just
that's the
tell
other
what the
thing too. Is
frame
like, I don't know. Like, I'm lazy, but I
It also depends. I used to do a lot of drugs, so
Yeah.
the different types of drugs were like I was acting completely different. That's how my husband would be like, "Are you on coke right now?"
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's why
that's
I
the
like
only
drinking.
time I'd ever eat ass was that it was.
Yeah,
I hate eating ass.
I've only eaten. I don't understand. First, I don't like getting my ass eaten. I don't get it. I don't understand what it's up with. I'm not a fan. But also, like the one time I did eat ass, I was like so drunk after a tailgate, and which is the worst time
gross.
to want to
Well,
eat
you're
someone's
eating
ass.
a straight dude's ass?
Tailgating in like 90-degree weather
No.
in Texas, and then we go, like, let's go back to my place. And it was just like,
And I'll eat your ass.
yeah, I don't know.
We've
So-
talked about this before, but I also hate how these guys on Grindr or these bottoms are like expecting me to eat their ass. I'm like, I just met you.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm
That's
going
too
to eat your-
intimate.
No.
It's also intimate. It's also fucking gross.
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
I ate a girl's ass once, and then afterwards, she started telling me about all of her like stomach issues.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's disgusting.
fucking timing, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I just did this.
Well, also you would have known if it was a real problem. So
Yeah,
you're fine.
you know instantly.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not something you're like. You're not 5 minutes into
Dude.
this and be like, "Do I have shit on my
Dude,
face?"
what? Imagine though, it's like a dog, you know, and then they're like eating ass, and they're like, "Oh, you've got ulcerative colitis."
I'm not gonna get a tapeworm from this, am I?
Oh my gosh. It's actually disgusting.
I think it's Hep B is the C.
Let's not
One
talk
of
about
them.
it. It's scaring me.
There's a comic in Austin that tells a story about a three-way that he was in, where it was like this handsome, beautiful dude who was like an investment banker and like a professional dancer, and then this beautiful woman, and the whole time he just could not get hard. And so while they fucked in the corner, he was like trying to work it up, and they were like, "Come on, you can do it, you can do
That's
it."
so demeaning.
That's awful.
And then once he finally got it up, he like stuck it in, immediately came, and then just left.
Oh, that's hard.
That feels very open micery. So yeah, it makes
bummer.
sense.
I feel like
Poor
that's
kid.
very. I feel like it's very straight to not be able to get hard.
I think so.
Straight men. I just don't hear a lot of gay guys being like, "Oh, you know, I was talking to this guy, I couldn't get hard." It's like, I don't know. It's just like,
I don't know. Maybe there's less shame associated with
Dudes know, you know what I mean? There's less
both have
pressure, and it's
Yeah.
like whatever. But I feel like it is kind of a shameful thing. I that's one thing I do hate about our society in a lot of ways, and especially like the porn industry, like, is the idea that like sex is this thing that's like whatever, and guys are rock hard the whole time, and they can go forever, and so it does like kind of make men feel and like whenever dudes can't get it up, like, I'm just like, okay, like, and I don't take it personally, but I think they do.
Yeah.
They think that I do, and I'm like, they're like, it's not you. I'm like, first off, you don't have to say that. I know it's not me. Okay.
Yeah.
First off,
I was in Vegas.
I'm a catch.
And it was and I was just like around the most straight people I've been in a very long time, and I remembered like living in straight culture, high school mostly, college a little bit, but just like wanting and just needing people to think I had a big dick.
yeah.
Just like, I would never wear those swimsuits because then people could see your dick and they'd see how small it was. Like, that thought to me is so funny.
When I was in high school, there was a rumor that went around. I was dating this girl that was very, very pretty, and the rumor was that I had a big dick because that's the only reason she would ever date me. Which was like,
That's so confusing.
it's like Jimmy sucks in every way. The only possible thing that makes sense is that he's got a big dick, and I couldn't be like, I don't, because then I just suck at everything now.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
like, okay, yeah.
I don't. I'm really nice. No, she's with me because she's nice. Huh. What was her name?
Megan.
Ah, nice.
Love you, Megan.
I was just thinking about all the really good teachers I had, but instead, I'm... Your face.
I don't really care about
All right.
teachers.
I feel like we did it.
Yeah, I did. What time? What were we at time wise?
An hour 10.
Oh,
Great.
That sounds great.
that sounds
right?
so good.
Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
Would you
I
come
wish this
back?
was all day. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, had a lot of
Okay.
fun.
Is there anything you have coming up? Anything you'd like to
Did we have a
plug?
segment at the end?
We usually talk... Oh, yeah. It's me bringing up Iran again. Have you guys heard about it?
We're not talking. We're not talking about.
We're not doing Iran, dude.
Listen, we're not doing Iran. We're doing it right. Okay.
No, I got backyard sluts coming up on November the 11th, 11/11, Make-A-Wish. So.
Oh wow.
Banana phone.
Oh, Banana Phone. Yeah, I'm the
Do you
host.
host Banana Phone? I gotta go to
I'm the
that.
host of Banana Phone every Sunday,
best
9:30
mic
sign
in
up.
Austin.
Host mics. I'm so sorry.
Can I just have a moment to
I'm sorry.
myself? Can everyone just shut the fuck up? And I'm a woman. Can I just have this? Jesus Christ. We got every Sunday, Creek in the Cave, 9:30 sign up, 10 p.m. start. It's a capped mic. It's a heckle mic. It's the best mic in the city. We call it church here in town. It's the best time you'll ever have. Very chaotic, very fun. Are you going to get anything accomplished as a comic? Maybe not, but it's a good time, and I love that so much.
Is there anything that your parents are specifically pissed off about right now?
About me?
Yeah, or general.
Oh, I'll tell you.
In general.
Oh, they're pissed. My parents are pissed for something? I think...
You had something. You said, I'll tell you something.
Well, it's just really fresh, and I don't really know if I want to talk about that right now.
Okay.
My dad was like... Anyways,
have to talk about it.
yeah, I'll wait till another time to talk about it. But yeah, he was upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your dad mad about anything?
Biden.
Yeah, I was trying to think of. My first instinct was to say Liz Truss.
Rip.
He's just so fucking pissed off about Biden right now. But he'll say shit like to me like, Colt, they really are putting fentanyl in candy, Colton. I'm like, Halloween hasn't even happened. How do you know they're putting fentanyl on Halloween candy? He's like, there's studies.
That's the funniest. Like, that's the funniest thing to me is to say like. So it is not even what's October 27th today.
Yeah.
Druggies and drug dealers are the laziest motherfuckers you've ever met. They're gonna wait till day of. First off, so they're not just putting it in. Also, no one's gonna waste product on children. That's so insane.
If you did it. If I did it, the OJ Simpson.
If I put fentanyl in those kids' candy, this is how I do it.
You would do it as a last-minute prank.
Yeah.
On a specific kid.
Yeah.
You'd be like, this kid's a shitty kid. I'm going to get that specific one, and I'm going to put, something, laxatives in it. I'm not going to waste
money
the drugs on it. And fentanyl isn't used for, like, cool stuff. It's used for cutting. So, like, no one's just going to, like, have fentanyl just, like, to put in candy.
That is funny though, like the concept of like a parent doing candy and they're pissed because like at my niece's school, no one can bring peanuts or peanut butter because there's like one kid that's allergic. So if they just like decide to cut that one kid's candy, just so it's like we don't worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone, bring a peanut butter.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm done.
What is?
We only had a peanut-free table.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about these days.
Yeah, there's at my elementary school. It's like that's the peanut-free table. So if you have an allergy, you're sitting alone, peg.
And so
That sucks.
there was at least one kid that's out there?
I actually never remember anyone sitting there.
Yeah, I feel like
I'd rather go through like a reaction than have to be like embarrassed
alone.
to sit by myself. Actually, I did sit by myself. I don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
ate boiled eggs in the bathroom stall
Disgusting.
in college. Pretty late in life.
Honestly, that feels like on brand for me, but like not for you.
Yeah, I used to eat like 12 boiled eggs a day.
Oh yeah, I can't meal prep boil eggs because I'll eat all of them in one sitting.
I don't
Makes
like
me
them
sick.
cold either.
I love
Cold eggs and boiled eggs. I think it's
Boiled
genuinely
eggs, they're
the most
hot
disgusting.
boiled eggs.
Dude, I'm telling you, boiled eggs are my top favorite. I can tell you where the best deviled eggs in the city are, by the way.
I
if you
told
guys
the
wanna-
hottest person I've ever seen in my entire life today that they got an egg salad sandwich, and I said that's literally a point less for me. I go, the fact that you got an egg salad sandwich is like just
You don't even wanna know about what I do.
chomping down your fucking egg salad.
love
yeah.
egg salad.
Cold.
It
I love
actually
it.
makes me
like
sick to think about. Okay, we've got to end this podcast.
We gotta end it, but
Thank you
7-Eleven
so
has a
much
great
for
deviled egg sandwich. You should get it. Okay, next.
7-Eleven. Okay, we're
I don't-
ending there. That's disgusting.
We have merch, you guys. Go to coltdowling.com.
That's crazy.
Merch for
Come to
all
our
of
live
merch
shows.
Yeah, we have all of those things. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Eat Your
YouTube.
Mom and Your Dad.
Love and light. Bye.
Oh, thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank you to
for
Jimmy.
coming
Thanks,
around.
Jimmy.
Stepping in. Thank you to Kandace for coming in. She'll be back.
If you guys have anything bad you want us to talk about, email us at someofthisiSbad@gmail.com.
This is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.